Guard your boundaries. One of the most important things I see in those that succeed is they're very, very dedicated to guarding their boundaries. We've talked about setting up office hours, setting up the things you want to do, et cetera, et cetera, and to be able to manage that. Because you will have tons of things, family members, job commitments, other things that volunteer work that work to encroach on your time. Some of those you'll have to take care of, but some of those you'll learn to say no to, and that they don't fit into your program. And one of the things I've said a lot of times, that if you are not working your to-do list, you're working someone else's to-do list. And I have that as well. Obviously, I do mentoring. I put out podcasts and YouTubes and courses, boot camps, all of those things. And I get tons of comments on those, emails on those, phone calls, texts, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Any way that people can contact me, they do. I could spend all day answering those, and I wouldn't be working the things that I want to work, which roll up, some mentoring, obviously, producing some content. I'm working now on a project helping a good friend attain one of his goals that's important to me as well. And if I let all of those things encroach on those things that I want to do and push them out, I wouldn't get them done. Some self-care stuff, some diet, some exercise, some strength training, whatever it is, spending time with family members, whatever those are, I would encourage you to set up what you want to accomplish. Set up office hours. The night before, and we've talked about this before, the Ivy Lee method, go through and say, what are the most important things that I can do to move the needle with respect to your acquisition program tomorrow? Write those down, write them in order, and then work that program. The other thing that I just comment on quite a bit is that with respect to all these requests that I get, just say, call it something that's funny in me, I guess, is I don't think it's fair to answer the questions that people pay me to answer. I just don't think that's fair. So what do? Twice a month, I hold a live Q&A. That's the time that anybody on the first one can come on. It's a Facebook Live Q&A, ask any of the questions. I typically get through all the questions answered. And then secondarily, while I answer the homework in the boot camp courses, I don't take a myriad of emails from that, and I set up a separate live Q&A only for boot camp members. And I do that once a month, so there's 2 forums to be able to answer that question. But I'm like everybody else. I need to guard my boundaries. And literally, as I said, I could spend all day just responding to those emails and not work on what are my priorities. So I wanted to explain that. Also, just wanted to stress again how important it is to guard those boundaries. Set up your office hours, set up what you're going to do the next day, and turn off the distractions. And if you do that, you will be working a plan as long as you take action, and I think you're going to be real happy with what eventually turns out to be the end result of that.